guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon here in my home state of North Carolina, and my finger hurts. Just got pricked by a dang briar. But it's beautiful. I'm going deer hunting. You can't ask for anything better. It's not raining, and we've got a cold front coming through here in North Carolina. And tomorrow morning is actually supposed to be the coldest morning of the year. It's supposed to be in the, I believe the upper 30s is the last that I checked. There's a good chance though, it's kind of got some cloud cover. It looks like it's wanting to roll in, so it may keep that temperature a little bit higher than the 30s, maybe the low 40s. But either way, it's going to be a good weekend of hunting. I'm going to deer hunt this afternoon. I'm going to be going coyote hunting tonight. And then tomorrow morning, despite what I probably should be doing, I'm going bear hunting. I should be in the woods deer hunting, but I've never shot a black bear, and I'm going with Josh and I'm going with Guffey. So it's going to be a fun trip. So it's not going to be wasted, I don't think. We're going to have a good time. Hear some dogs howling and grazing heck. So hopefully it's going to be a good trip. Hopefully we get a bear on the ground. But tonight, we're hoping to put a buck or maybe a big doe. I ain't made my mind if I'm going to shoot a doe yet. If a doe comes in early enough, we'll probably shoot her. Later in the night that it gets, probably going to be trending more towards letting a big buck come in. So let's go get in the woods. Let's have some fun. Let's let an arrow fly. The wind is just best direction ever. I mean, I can't get over the fact of how good this wind is. Only thing we can do now is wait, keep our fingers crossed, and hope that a big dumb old buck comes walking out in front of us. If a big doe comes out within the next hour, she is liable to get shot. Great chance of it. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how things go. Hopefully, it'll go kind of quick. Let's get quiet, settled in. Let's hunt a little while. I'm excited. Look guys, we got those two. It looks like two little button heads. I can only see, if I just seen the second one. Back here in the back. These are the same two deer that were here the other night when that big buck came in. These little guys here will let me know if something comes sneaking through the woods. They'll give me an idea if they see something moving or hear something or smell something. It's a good indication that another deer's coming just by the way that they act. Hope you call me too. All right, kill a big one. All righty. Guys, it's the next afternoon. We have had a good weekend of hunting so far. A little bit of everything going on. Shot 2 coyotes last night after seeing a couple smaller deer. Got up and went bear hunting this morning. Seen a bear, but didn't get a shot, didn't kill a bear, but seen a bear, so that's always, for me, that's always cool. So now this afternoon and the next day is going to be dedicated to trying to shoot a deer. Dad's going after a big 10-point on this same property, but a different area. And I'm going in to hunt kind of a community spot, mainly to go after this big mature doe that's in the area that keeps like blowing and acting stupid on us. then there's also always the possibility of a good buck showing up. So get in here and get set up. Hopefully make it happen this afternoon. Alright guys, I can't see this deer, but I can hear a deer stomping in the leaves. The wind swirled on me just a little bit. I just need her to come out into this opening a little bit. Guys, this is actually a buck. It's a small small 8-point buck that's stomping down there. Shit. What is he blowing at? Crap. Guys, I had no idea where this deer came from. I was actually just sitting here. And heard what sounded like a deer stomping. I mean, sure enough, I was right. I never could see him. But then finally, I thought I seen something move, and I put my binoculars up and I could see him moving through the woods. Well, when he picked his head up, he was an 8-point buck. He wasn't big. I had an 8-point rack about like that, maybe 14-inch spread. Nothing big. But I guess he smelled me. Man, the wind has been swirling all over the place today. I guess that's the only thing it could have been, I guess. He came from a weird, man, I don't know. These deer are moving weird this afternoon. They're going like the opposite direction of where they typically come from. Like that deer there came from an area that typically they come from in the mornings. But I don't know what the heck's going on. Definitely wasn't a shooter buck, but it's just frustrating that the wind changes the way that it does here. You can never hunt a consistent wind at a place like this. You just have to roll the dice and hope it pays off. That's a good sign that these deer are starting to move, these bucks are starting to split up, and they're really starting to figure out their little areas and their little zones. It's a beautiful little deer, and 1 or 2 years he's going to be gorgeous. I've got a squirrel back here behind me that sounds like he weighs 30 pounds. It's just, the wind is blowing like perfect for where these deer typically come from in the afternoons. And it's actually hitting me in the back of the head, blowing straight down in front of me. But it's not a bad thing, because these deer typically bed back behind me to the left. So in the morning time, if this was the direction of the wind, then it would be terrible, because those deer feed through these hardwoods going back into their bedding area. But for whatever reason, tonight is the opposite. It's frustrating. I mean, I know that deer was stomping and everything, but I don't know. Ooh, it is a cold morning. It's the next day. I just left all my stuff up in this tree that we hunted yesterday afternoon. This is by far the best morning of the year. 38, 39 degrees. No moon at all. And cold, but it's probably the wrong time of year. If we had this weather and these conditions right now, about 3 weeks from now, it would be about perfect, I believe. It's still just a little early, man. Kind of the same mission this morning as yesterday afternoon. We've got one big nanny doe in here that needs to be shot. Dad seen her last night, but just was not able to get a shot on her. I'm hoping that this morning she'll give me an opportunity. We seen that small 8-point buck yesterday. Barely got a glimpse of him. He's a beautiful deer. He just needs another 1 or 2 years to grow. Got a little bit of a breeze blowing this morning, which is not the best. It's kind of swirling, but it has swirled in just about every direction other than the direction that I do not need it to go, which is a good thing. Crows are just now waking up, starting to fly around. So hopefully they'll kind of move around and get everything else stirred up in the woods, get everybody woke up. We should see some deer this morning. I mean, it is rare that I hunt this spot and don't see a deer. I think I can count on one hand how many times I've hunted here and have never seen a deer. Knock on wood. But I would love for a big buck to show up. We still have yet to get a photo of the big deer that Dad's seen here. Dad's seen a deer that had a really, really big G2 on his left side. Just got a glimpse of him. But we've not got a photo of that deer yet at either location. So we don't really know what the heck is going on there as far as that deer coming up in front of our camera. But maybe he'll make an appearance this morning. Guys, we just had a buck grunt. And this deer's not far. Holy smoke. That was a super loud grunt, one of the loudest grunts I've ever heard in the woods. I bet he's not 50 yards from me, but I can't see him. Guys, I don't know what the heck is going on. There was a buck just grunted like 50 yards away from me. And it's absolutely the deepest, loudest, longest grunt that I've ever heard. I mean, he was close enough. I would think I'd be able to hear that deer walking in the leaves. And the thing about it is he may still be just standing right down there. And he could just be, smelling around, licking limbs and just kind of listening and smelling, just seeing what was going on. Dadgummit. I'm shaking like I shot that deer already. Got a couple does feeding right here, but they're super nervous. Hoping maybe that buck is with them. Well, those does, they snuck up on me pretty quick. That lead doe is pretty big. They come in a real bad good spot. I mean, they were, yeah, when I first seen them, they were walking straight up the hill right at me. So I couldn't really move all that much. And then, instead of going to my left, like the majority of the deer do here, they went to my right. And they were just way too close for me to be able to stand up and turn around and get a shot off. It's just, it was tough. But these deer are still moving, kind of like I figured. I thought these deer would be moving a little bit later in the afternoon, or a little bit later in the morning. I don't even know what time it is right now. It's 9:23. It's technically the second and third deer that I've seen. I've seen a deer earlier that was running over there to my left about 30 minutes before that buck grunted. I was, a little hopeful that maybe that buck would be with them does. It's a little early for that, but I mean, hearing that buck grunt down there like that, there's always a chance, especially with that doe being bigger. Woods are definitely coming alive. That's a good sign. cool of a hunt was that? Holy smokes, we had seen 4 different bucks. That one 8-point buck, that's the 8-point I seen last night. You know, just not a buck that we're wanting to take off this property. I mean, he's going to be a phenomenal deer in 2 years. I didn't think they were ever going to leave. It's just now 11:30. They finally just walked off. Dad's waiting on me at the road to pick me up. So I'm going to try to give them just a minute to ease on down through the woods, and I'm going to start trying to break down all my camera gear and get out of here as quiet as possible, hopefully without them seeing me. But man, what a cool hunt. This is why you come out in the woods, man. It's one of those mornings that just had that feeling, had that vibe, like it was just going to be perfect. For the most part, it was perfect. Didn't get to pull the trigger, but seen 4, 5, 6 different deer, 6 or 7 different deer. So that's why you come, guys. That's it for today's video. If you're new to Southern Extreme TV, hit the subscribe button right here in the top left corner. Try to bring you guys videos every single week. I love these hunting vlogs because they are real, they're raw, and this is a lot of the stuff that you don't see by watching the big guys on TV. You don't see the hours in the stand. You don't see these little bucks coming in and out. You don't get to see other deer body language. You just see somebody walk in the woods, big deer steps out, and they shoot a big deer, and that's not what it's about. These types of mornings is what deer hunting is about. This is why you keep coming back, and then shooting a big deer, shooting a doe. That's just icing on the cake at the end of the day. So guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you guys next time.